Welcome back to another Python tutorial. In today's video, we're going to be learning about functions. In prior videos, we used some functions already, such as the print function and the input function. In this video, we're going to be learning how to create our own functions and how to use them. So let's go ahead and start by learning how to create our own functions. So in Python, to create a function, you're going to start with def, which stands for define. Next will be the name of your function. So I'm just going to call this one my_function. And then you're going to use parentheses and a colon. Okay, so let's keep our first function simple. So what this first function is going to do, it's just going to print the word hello. Okay, so that process is creating a function. If you actually want to use the function, that's called calling the function. And the way you call the function is just by saying its name. So my_function with parentheses. So if we run our function, then it prints the message hello. If I don't include this call and I just run the program, it does nothing because while I created the function, I didn't actually use it. Next, let's go ahead and build up this function a little bit more. So inside the parentheses here, you can pass what are called parameters, and these are variables that the function will take in. So let's go ahead and make a parameter called name. And then down here, it's going to print off name. And what I can do inside this function is I can put some piece of information. So let's just keep it the same. Let's pass it the string hello. And what it's going to do, it's going to take this, and this is going to be passed into the function as the variable name. And down here, it's going to print off whatever value gets sent to it. So if we run our code, we get the same result as before. So you can use more than one parameter in your function if you want to. So let's go ahead and include another one. This one is going to be called greet. And you just separate your parameters with a comma. So now I can pass hello as greet and the second one as a name. So we can do something like this. So we can say Mike. So this first one is going to be passed as the variable greet. The second one will be name. And when things are sent to the function through the call, these two, hello and Mike, are called arguments. And these variables up here, where they're included in the definition of the function, are called parameters. So down here are arguments, and these are called parameters. And we need to update our print as well. So it needs to print greet and also name. So now if I run the program, it says hello Mike because we passed it two arguments. Okay, so we define this function with two parameters. Let's say when we're calling the function that we only give it one. So let's say we just give it one argument here, and we try to run the code. We're going to get an error. So if you define a function with two parameters, you have to give it two arguments when you call the function. The same happens if you try to give it more arguments. So let's go ahead and just put a couple more in here. So we'll do tech, and then hello. So right now I'm trying to pass it 3 bits of information, but it's only expecting 2. And if I run the code, it says it takes 2 arguments, but 3 were given. And this lets me know that either I need to update my function to take in 3 arguments, or I can just include the correct number of arguments in my call. Okay, let's go ahead and change up this function again. So now I'm going to delete this one here. And this one we're just going to say is num. And so what this function is going to do, it's going to take in a number and also a name. And we're going to repeat that name a certain number of times. So what we're going to do is we're going to say num times name, and down here in my function call I will have to give it a number. So we can do something like 5 comma and then the name, so I'll put Mike. And let's go ahead and run the program, and we see that we have the word Mike repeated 5 times. And we'll be doing more of these in later videos when we start working on projects. For now though, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for the next one.